Welcome to another episode of Our Time with Mr. Dillon. Hello, kids. Hello, Charlie. It's great to see you today as we talk about the tradition of Halloween. Man, it's spooky. It's kooky. It's creepy. It's sleepy? Ugh. I choked. Hey, come on, man, I'm trying my best. Halloween is a fun fall tradition celebrated in many countries on the 31st of October every single year. You know, people dress up in fun, spooky costumes. Ugh. They decorate pumpkins and they cut out jack-o'-lanterns. You know, and they take the knife and cut out little shapes in it, things like that, mouth and maybe triangles for eyes, things like that. good. Done with that outlet. Never have to touch it again. Oh no. Must not work. Look at this, man, this piece of junk. It's not working. I've got no power to these right now. Oh my gosh. I gotcha. Oh. 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 Oh, and my favorite. A lot of kids like to go trick-or-treating. You know what I mean, Charlie? Time to sit down, relax, and enjoy a good book. Huh. Trick-or-treaters, I guess.
Trick or treat.
Wow, cool cow costume. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy Halloween. Again already? All right.
Trick or treat.
Wow, what a cool ninja jack-o'-lantern? Okay. Whatever works, right? It's 2020. Here you go. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy Halloween. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Jeez, another one. Huh. Nobody's here. Man. Hey. What the? What is going on? Seriously, nice costume. Charlie, were you the one who was ringing my doorbell about 50 times? You know what? I don't think I'm gonna give you any candy. Okay, fine, just don't do it again. Here you go, man. See you, Charlie. Hey, what? No thank you, no happy Halloween, nothing? Sheesh. Charlie, you really got to work on your personal skills there with people. You know, sheesh. This guy. We love him though. Today I'm going to read you 2 spooky stories and 2 different concepts: alliteration and narrative. Let's talk about the first one. Alliteration. Alliteration is in other words, it means they have the same first sound. I know, I should just said in the first place. I know, I'm trying here, Charlie. Work with me. Work with me. An example of alliteration would be something like saying dark, dingy, den. Hear that d sound? The words dark and dingy describe the den. You know, the describing words, dark and dingy, you know what they're known as? Yeah, they're known as adjectives. Did you guys know an adjective is a word that modifies or describes a noun? We use adjectives in our language to make things way more exciting and really draw the reader in, draw us in to where we really can picture what's going on. Now, the word den, that's not an adjective. You know what the den is? Yeah, a den is a noun. Nouns are specific objects like living creatures, places, and ideas. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Sorry, Schoolhouse Rock. That was terrible. Anyway, the words dark and dingy describe the den, which is like a small room or place. It makes it a little creepier to imagine that den as dark and dingy. Ah! Like, who'd want to go in there? So our first story is called The Halloween House, written by Erica Silverman, illustrated by John Agee. Man, Charlie, you love this story. Remember, listen for alliteration, that same first sound in each word describing that noun, that thing, that place, that creature, just to make it that much more interesting. Well, let's start our really cool tale. Let's use a little of our special magic to get us started. Here we go. I'm gonna use my magic wand. Here you go, Charlie. Didn't work. Let me try it again. Didn't work. Let's try a spooky word. How about hocus pocus? You guys say it with me. Ready? Set. Hocus pocus. It's working.
The Halloween House by Erica Silverman. Pictures by John Agee. In the Halloween house, in a dark, dingy den, a papa werewolf crouched with his little ones 10. Howl, said the papa. We howl, said the 10. So they howled through the night in the dark, dingy den. In the Halloween house, on a bed made of pine, a mama vampire woke with her little ones 9. Rise, said the mama. We rise, said the 9. So they rose through the night from the bed made of pine. In the Halloween house, on a slimy old plate, a papa worm huddled with his little ones 8. Squirm, said the papa. We squirm, said the 8. So they squirmed through the night on the slimy old plate. In the Halloween house, under rafters near heaven, a mama bat hung with her little ones 7. Swoop, said the mama. We swoop, said the 7. So they swooped through the night under rafters near heaven. In the Halloween house above bent candlesticks, a papa ghost hovered with his little ones 6. Boo, said the papa. We boo, said the 6. So they booed through the night above bent candlesticks. In the Halloween house by a yawning fireside, a mama monster played with her little ones 5. Chase, said the mama. We chase, said the 5. So they chased through the night by the yawning fireside. In the Halloween house on a creaky cobweb floor, a papa skeleton swayed with his little ones 4. Dance, said the papa. We dance, said the 4. So they danced through the night on the creaky cobwebbed floor. In the Halloween house among junk and debris, a mama spider wove with her little ones 3. Swing, said the mama. We swing, said the 3. So they swung through the night among junk and debris. In the Halloween house where the books were askew, a papa cat lurked with his little ones 2. Pounce, said the papa. We pounce, said the 2. So they pounced through the night where the books were askew. In the Halloween house where the cauldron was hung, a mama witch chanted with her little witch 1. Fly, said the mama. I fly, said the 1. So she flew through the night where the cauldron was hung. In the Halloween house at the rise of the sun, the parents all said hush to their dear little ones. Fetish, they whispered. And then there were none. Halloween was over at the rise of the sun.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna go down the hallway and get a little snack. Huh, that's weird. Lights went out. It's a werewolf!
No, it's not. It's a stuffy.
Dracula!
No, it's not. It's a Enderman. Plate full of worms? No. No, it's a bat. Wait 1 second. It's a baseball bat.
I don't have anything to worry about. These are all just total coincidences. I mean, there's nothing scary here at all. Whoa! Wait 1 second. That's the guy I was putting up earlier. Spider!
Can you believe that? Kitties! Rainbow kitties. Wait. That's a skeleton. Oh, psh.
What in the world? What do you think you are? A ninja? Oh! Oh!
irritating me! Ow! You're poking my eyes! Ow! Stop it! This is getting ridiculous.
What a dream! Holy cow! Or was it? Man, never mess with ninja skeletons. That was an interesting experience, wasn't it, Charlie? You don't see that every day. Anyway, let's go and look at our next tale. Our next tale is a scary story. Another way of saying a story is called a narrative. A narrative is any tale, either fiction or nonfiction, that tells a story about a series of related events or experiences. So our next scary tale is called The Ghost of Sifty Sam. Written by Angela Shelf Medeiros and illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. Calm down, Charlie. You're fine, man. He got totally freaked out last year. I know last year you got really scared by this story, but it's okay. You don't have to shiver. You are calm. You can do it, okay? I know you can do it. Okay. He's gonna be able to do it. As we read the story, let's see how the character faces their challenge or problem in the story. All right, guys, let's get this story started with a little magic. You ready to say hocus pocus? Okay, here we go. Ready, set, hocus pocus! Come on, you can do better than that. You ready? Come on, let's really do it. Ready? Hocus pocus! Still, same thing. I need you. Yeah, you in the back there. Yeah, you over there. Yeah, not you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you know. Come on, you are amazing. Let's do this. Ready? Here we go. Hocus pocus! It's working. Here we go, guys. Now we're entering the East Texas woods.
The Ghost of Sifty Sam. Written by Angela Shelf Medeiros. Illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. Deep down in the East Texas woods, where the wind wails through the tall pine trees, there stands a beautiful old house. That old house sits by a lake that's so clear, the moon uses it for a mirror. Now, folks in those parts say that the house is haunted by the ghost of Sifty Sam. When everything is still and dark, old Sam appears. That's when all the mischief starts. He wails and he howls and he rattles his chains. Then he screeches so loud it shakes the window panes. Old Sam roams around that house every night, scaring anyone who comes into sight. A realtor man had been trying to sell that old place for many a year. He finally offered a $5,000 reward to anyone brave enough and smart enough and crafty enough to stay in the house all night long. Folks thought if anyone came out the next morning alive and kicking, that would rid the house of the ghost of Sifty Sam. Well, a chef named Dan thought he was brave enough and smart enough and crafty enough to stay in the house all night long. He was sure he'd come out the next morning alive and kicking. Dan wanted to collect the $5,000 reward from the realtor man and rid the house of the ghost of Sifty Sam. Dan took a bushel of groceries, a slab of fatback, and a frying pan into the old house that was haunted by the ghost of Sifty Sam. The sun had already drifted out of sight. Soon the moon rose, round and full and bright. Dan closed the curtains and locked all the doors. Then he looked in each closet, hoping and praying he wouldn't come face to face with the ghost of Sifty Sam, who was haunting that place. Dan sliced up his fatback and made a fire in the grate. He cooked his meat to a sizzle and got himself a plate. When suddenly, Dan thought he heard a sound, but he wasn't certain. A cool breeze blew into the room and gently parted the curtains. As Dan looked through the window of that shadowy room, he saw a boat just beyond the edge of the land, and what looked like the head of a man, just the head of a man. But it was hard to see in all the dark and the gloom. Then a voice whispered in the wind, "I'm the ghost of Sifty Sam. I'm on the lake near the man." Well, Dan had his pride, and he wanted to win that $5,000 reward from the realtor man. So he closed the curtains and tried to pretend that what he heard and saw were only the wind. Then Dan heard that voice again, but it was louder this time. So he slipped over to the door, cracked it open a little bit, and scrunched up his eye to peer through the slit. Out on the porch there stood a man about 7 feet tall, with a head and shoulders and chest and arms, but no legs. No legs at all. Then a wave of cold air whistled through the room. A loud voice said to Dan, "I'm the ghost of Sifty Sam. I'm on the porch near the man." Dan slammed the door closed and threw the back window open wide. But before he could run outside, he heard a horrible wailing and moaning, and a blast of freezing wind rushed in. Then a man's head poked through the gloom, and bit by bit his arms and torso and legs appeared in the room. The ghost put himself together and roared at Dan, "I'm the ghost of Sifty Sam. I'm in the room right near the man." Then the most awful thing happened to poor Dan. His teeth started making music all by themselves. His knees knocked together, and his shivering feet tapped on the floor in time to the beat. The ghost sniffed the air and snatched the frying pan from the grate. He ate, and he ate, and he ate. Then he drank all that burning hot grease down without making a single solitary sound. When he had finished all of Dan's meat, he looked around for something else to eat. But there was nothing left. The ghost had eaten every bite. So he turned to Dan and roared with all his might, "I'm the ghost of Sifty Sam, and I want some more!" Well, Dan was so scared he jumped out of his shoes, but when he landed on the floor again, he knew exactly what to do. First, he grabbed some potatoes, some ground meat, and tomatoes, and with potato peels flying every which way, Dan cooked up a hash for that ghost in a flash. More! Cried the ghost as he gobbled it all down. He looked at Dan with a horrible frown. Dan's hand shook as he scrambled a dozen eggs and buttered and toasted a loaf of bread. More! More! Cried the ghost with a mighty bellow. Give me more food, because I'm one hungry fellow! Dan trembled all over from head to toe and whipped up a pan of spicy gumbo. More! 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 Cried the ghost as he wiped his plate clean. Give me more food right now! I'm feeling hungry and mean! Poor Dan cooked and cooked until the pan was red hot, but that ghost kept eating around the clock. He ate fried chicken and pancakes, squash and French fries, heaps of vegetables, mounds of potatoes, and 6 kinds of pies. He ate spaghetti and cornbread and dish after dish of Dan's crispy, delicious, batter-dipped fish. As the pale pink of morning crept into the sky, old Sam rubbed his huge belly, belched, and said with a sigh, I've been hungry for the last 20 years. It's so hard to find a good meal around here. I sure appreciate all the wonderful food. I'd love to stay around here. Is there something I can do? Dan thought for a while. Then he whispered in the ghost's ear. When old Sam heard his request, he moaned and trembled with fear. Oh, well, said the ghost, as he licked a few crumbs from a dish. I'll do anything to get some more of that fish. Then as the sun turned night into day, the ghost grabbed a donut and faded away. Dan collected his reward from the realtor man. Then Dan bought that old place, opened up a restaurant, and became famous all over the land. If you peek in the kitchen, you'll see Chef Dan. He cooks fried chicken and pancakes, squash and French fries, heaps of vegetables, mounds of potatoes, and 6 kinds of pies. He cooks spaghetti and cornbread and dish after dish of crispy, delicious, batter-dipped fish. And over by the sink, the ghost of Sifty Sam is washing every messy pot, dish, and pan. Dan never wanted to wash dishes again, and he got his wish. After old Sam had washed every last dish, Dan rewards him with crispy, delicious, batter-dipped fish.
Well, now that that one's over, I don't know about you guys, but I got kind of a spooky feeling going on.
ghost! No! It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a ghost! Oh my gosh. Charlie! Oh! Oh man! Were you scared? Whew! Man, Charlie, that was freaky. I really thought he was a ghost. I mean, you were spooky. Man, see, this just goes to show you there's always an explanation if you just kind of stay calm and try to figure it out. There was no ghost. Charlie in a sheet. See, we figured it out. Of course, the one thing I didn't figure out was this. Why in the world were you in a sheet in the first place? I may never know that until I ask him about it tomorrow morning after he takes a nap.
Man, that was a scary one, but boy, that was a pretty cool ending, wasn't it? Didn't see that coming, did ya? I didn't see it coming at all, Charlie. Whew. Those are definitely some spooky, kooky, creepy, weepy? I know, I choked again. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode of Our Time with Mr. Dillon. Join us next time for another Direct to Draw on an ex-family member. You know the one I'm talking about, Charlie. Yeah, she's a little cranky. Her name is... I'll save that for another time. Take care. Oh my gosh! I got you! Oh! What the? What is going on? Seriously? Nice costume.
See you, Charlie.
Hey, what? No thank you? No happy Halloween? Nothing? What do you think you are? A ninja? Charlie! Oh! Happy Halloween, everybody.